Good morning, everyone. Good evening, wherever you are. Thank you all for being here. It's me, Ari Does It. Okay, you should be able to see me clearly now. Can you all hear and see me clearly? Let me know. Just let me know in the live chat. I see Indra Elion is here. I'm glad you're here. All right, it's me, Ari Does It. Come Rashid. I'm an anthropologist, sociologist. Hit the like button, share this live stream, subscribe to the channel, become a member of the channel. Don't forget to donate the links below. If you wish to contribute to the funding of my PhD, write PhD with your donation. And also, you can check my novels on Amazon. For example, this one over here, Fiona's Mandate. This is a good one, by the way, so I recommend you to purchase this one. Okay, thank you. Okay, you can all hear clearly. That's good. Okay. Let me go back over here. Okay. Listen. What is this? What is it? A magnifying glass. What do you use a magnifying glass for? To notice things in the detail. That's what I use a magnifying glass for. All right? Now, in daily life, you cannot know everything because you're not God. You're not omniscient. Okay? But what you should do is be alert and sensitive during your day. When you're asleep at night, well, it's not possible to be alert and sensitive because you are asleep. Okay? But during the day, when you are awake, both for your own natural survival as well as for your well functioning with other people, you need to be sensitive and alert. This is also part of the social skills you should develop while growing up. Now, if you did not develop those social skills properly, well, while you grew up, then it's not your fault. Nevertheless, as an adult, you need to work on yourself. Simple as that. Now, I have a few questions for you. Please answer in the live chat. Unless you're in traffic. If you're in traffic, whether you're riding a car, driving a car, you mean, or crossing the road, pay attention to the road, please. If you're in traffic, don't answer in the live chat. If you're not, please answer my following questions. Question one: if you arrive at at a guest house, not the hotel, but the guest house, and it's 10 minutes past midnight, do you expect it to be quiet at a guest house? Let me know in the live chat. Yes or no? Do you expect it to be quiet when you arrive a few minutes beyond midnight at the guest house? Let me know in the live chat. Okay. Why do you expect there to be silent? Why? Because it's night. People have to sleep. Okay. If you go to a supermarket but it's closed, so it's completely sealed out, do you expect it to be silent on the inside of the supermarket? Again, there's a supermarket, it's closed. So nobody's working there. Nobody can enter. You do expect to be silent inside the supermarket? Well, of course, because that's the purpose. If it's closed, it means nobody's there, neither the employees nor the manager. There shouldn't be any sound in there. Another question: do you expect there to be silence when students are making their exam? Let's say students have an exam, whether it's in high school or whether it's in college, university. There's an exam. Do you expect there to be silence during the exam? I have one more question afterwards, but this one for now. Do you expect there to be silence when students are making their exam? Okay, another question. Do you expect there to be silence when someone was just gunned down in the street in front of everyone? So you have a street, people are doing their thing, buying groceries, walking by, talk on the phone, and suddenly someone drives by and they shoot someone. Bang, bang, bang. Someone falls to the ground, blood everywhere. You expect there to be silence in that situation? No. I mean, someone out of the blue has been killed in front of everyone. As a human being, you get shocked. You think, what happened? You're going to react. If, even if it's a setup, there's still going to be a reaction. Now, you get where I'm going with this. If you are in a, let's say you're in a street, people walking by, and someone gets gunned down and everyone keeps walking, what will you think then? Let's say you're in a street. Okay, imagine you're in a street, people are walking by, buying groceries, doing whatever you want to do. A car drives by, drive-by shooting, bang, 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 someone is shot down and killed. And everyone keeps walking like nothing happened. What will go through your mind then? Let me know in the live chat. Just tell me what will go through your mind if you experience something like that. I'll give you 1 minute to answer. Hold on, let me open the curtains of my room. A moment. That's better. Hold on. It's a bright day outside, which is good. So let me change the. Let me show you guys. We're going to show you guys outside a little bit. Okay. Yeah, it's a bright day here in The Hague, the Netherlands. Still a bit cloudy, but that's it. Let me close it. Now, indeed, if you are in a place and something traumatic, something shocking just happened, and everyone remains silent, it can mean two things. Either people are in on it, so everyone there knows about to happen, but even then it will be quite weird that they don't have a natural response to it. Or it could be that people there are completely defective, that they can't even process what just happened. But anyway, in a case like that, silence is inappropriate and unnatural. Okay, I make live streams about suspicious silence, when silence is a no-go. Now, I want you to consider the following. Human beings are social creatures. Even antisocial people are still human beings with a social nature. So let me tell you one thing. When something happens that's unexpected or that's shocking, or maybe it's not even something negative. Maybe it's a positive shock. Maybe it's a surprise. For example, one of your aunties got married suddenly, or someone won the lottery across the street. I mean, sudden things don't have to be negative. Whether it's negative, bad things happen suddenly, or good things happen suddenly, when things suddenly happen, it gives a shock. Whether the shock comes from a good thing that happens or a bad thing that happens. Whenever there's a shock that happens in a community, it's natural for human beings to have a response towards it. So, when the natural response stays out, you know that people are not happy about it. For example, let's say Um, you have, okay, let me make an example. Let's say you have this guy keep talking about he's going to start his own business. But the guy is talking all the time. People get fed up and man, you're talking too much, man, you ain't doing anything. So people begin to think this guy never gets anything done, he's talking too much. And one day out of the blue, one of the people in the neighborhood are online on social media, and you see people talking about this millionaire entrepreneur. And they say the millionaire entrepreneur is from a specific town. And then the individual say, hey, I'm from that town, this is my hometown. So someone from my hometown became a millionaire? What the heck? Let me check who it is. And suddenly he's like this. He can't speak. Who do you think he saw being this millionaire on his computer screen or on his mobile phone? Who do you think he saw being this millionaire? Let me know in the live chat. Let me know. Again, let me give the parable one more time. You have this guy, let me give names now. You have the guy called Jack. Jack is from some town somewhere in the state of Oregon. Okay? Jack always talked a lot about starting his own business. For months, we thought, man, this guy is out of his damn mind. He'll talk about starting a business. Where he has the money. And then he asked for a loan from the bank. The bank rejected him multiple times. So people thought, I want to hear about it, man. The guy's just trading all the time. So people began to label him as the guy who talks so much and never gets things done. So a year or two goes by, and there are people from the same town hearing about someone from their town became a millionaire and thought, who could it be? And then when they saw it was Jack, silence. Why did they become silent? Why do you think they became silent when they found out Jack, the one they always said talk too much, gets nothing done, is now a millionaire? Endorsed by people on LinkedIn, endorsed by people on YouTube. Why do you think people are suddenly silent? Let me know in the live chat. I'll just walk around my bedroom now. I don't have paintings on the wall, none of those fancy stuff. It's just a simple decoration. Yes, they didn't want them to. Because now, everyone who in the world who Googles their hometown will find the search results of this guy, millionaire, who became a millionaire from that town. Nobody who Googles their hometown will be interested in the local pharmacies, the local supermarkets, or anything like that. Because you can find pharmacies, supermarkets everywhere. They won't even care about the little restaurants here and there. The main thing that elevated the status of that town was the fact that one guy there became a millionaire coming from that town. Indeed, inter alien. Just like the alien said here, they were at ease with his mediocrity. So now, Jack is his multimillionaire. But Jack never goes back to his hometown. So eventually, his family-in-law began to ask Jack, why don't you ever go to your hometown to visit your relatives or to visit the people over there? I mean, you put your hometown on the map. So even people on social media begin to ask, why does this guy never go to his hometown? But then there were other people online begin to think, why is nobody of his hometown, let alone the county where he's from, talking about him? You have people from the capital of Oregon talking about him. Those people from the business districts. But why aren't people from his hometown and the county where he grew up in talking about him? Because now they have to admit that this guy was talking a lot, but his talking a lot was part of him sowing seeds. This guy was decreeing and declaring openly. And people thought this guy just talking too much, so he was decreeing and declaring openly. And because the people resisted what he was envisioning, they now invested against his decrees. So now they developed this strain on themselves against this guy. They began to see the guy a certain way. But so the thing is, instead of them being inspired by the guy saying such for business and enjoying and help him out, they said, man, it's going to happen. Because they weren't willing to seem any different. Because here's the thing, this guy at least was willing to do something about this economic situation. The rest of the people there just went along. What were they doing? So if that guy starts on business and it failed or he was arrested for money laundering, they would be okay with that because they already had a negative view of him. But because they had a negative view of him and now he broke through, the negative charge that they installed in the Earth's atmosphere against this guy is now shooting back at them. Because remember, Jack has been away from his hometown for a few years. During those years that he was breaking through into becoming this millionaire, there were many accidents happening in his hometown. Some people passed away suddenly. Some people even became paralyzed due to accidents. I mean, there were fires happened out of the blue. So all these sudden tragedies happened in his hometown. And while these tragedies happened, he was getting deal after deal, becoming a millionaire. Because the people were negatively invested against him, that negative charge in the Earth's atmosphere, where they couldn't shoot at Jack anymore, it kept shooting back at the people who were part of the negative charge. And they experienced the consequences of it. So even if those people are not spiritually literate, even if they don't understand spiritual science, the fact alone that since Jack left his hometown, they kept having bad stuff happening all the time. And now suddenly, after a few years of bad things continuously happening, they find out that this guy's become a millionaire. You don't have to be a demonologist, or you don't have to be a pastor of a megachurch. You don't have to have a degree in theology for you to understand that there's a link here. There's a link between that guy leaving a place where he wasn't welcome, a place where he wasn't appreciated, and this guy, despite being not appreciated, making it in life and back into heaven with those people. That's why they're silent about the guy, because the moment they mention the guy, they have to mention the fact, hey, we thought we could get away of loading unrest on this guy and remaining at ease, and now we're the ones with all the damage. He has a lot of benefits in life. They don't want to go there because they would lose all credibility. Oh, and as a matter of fact, when the unrest of their own negative investment shot back at them, it causes damage that they have to live with. The people that passed away by accidents are not coming back. The buildings that catch fire, well, it costs millions to repair them. The domestic violence that occurred and people are in prison, still in prison. So the thing is, Jack now has advantage in life, and they are soaked in disadvantages. And the thing is, they didn't have to be soaked in disadvantages if they would have a better, healthier attitude towards Jack, when Jack back in the day was talking about starting his own business. So I want you to understand the following. When people go silent, complete silent, about a topic or about an individual, it is because they are not okay with this individual or this situation happening. They're not. Okay, what if, for example, there is this company that makes, or this corporation, better said, that makes billions of dollars each year. And people thought, well, this company is going to overtake the market more and more. So you have a lot of people investing their money into this new corporation. One day, the CEO of the corporation is arrested for money laundering, and the business shut down. And suddenly, the business goes down on the stock market. People are silent. Why are they silent? Because it now comes out that the whole corporation was one big Ponzi scheme. So that means all the people that invested money now lost their money. What if what if you had $30,000 on your savings account and you invest $30,000 all your savings in that corporation, thinking I'm going to make revenue, and now suddenly found out it was a Ponzi scheme. There's going to be denial. You just lost $30,000. Well, when you invested $30,000, there was no guarantee you would make profit anyway. But because everything appeared like, oh, this business, this corporation, is going to make a lot of revenue. So many people invest in it. It seemed probable that investing your savings into this corporation is going to bring long-term benefits for you. But now that the corporation has been shut down, it's been exposed as a Ponzi scheme. Guess what? You will never get those $30,000 back. First, you may be in denial, thinking this can't be true. This can't be true. Then you get upset with what happened. Then you get sad. Oh shit, I'm gonna get the money back. And then the sadness turns into acceptance. It happened. I need to move on. So it's a type of grieving. Now, just because the grieving does not mean that once you finish grieving that you get the money back or that all the damage is undone. That's not the case. It simply means that because you grieved about it, you process it, and now you can continue to move on. However, what if the grieving process, someone gets stuck in the grieving process? So yes, there's denial, then people get upset, then people are sad, then people accept. But what if people never get to the acceptance phase? Oh, okay, this happens. We now need to deal with it and live with it. What if people get stuck at the denial, or worse, at the anger? What sometimes happens is when something happens that people really don't want to happen, when it's an unfavorable, when it's an outcome that's not favorable to them happening out of the blue, what happens to some people is instead of going through the grieving process that, you know what we thought we had isn't there, they now get stuck at the denial phase or get stuck at the anger phase. So now it's not a delayed grieving process anymore. They now become mentally disordered. Simple as that. Now they are mentally disordered. That's what happens. Look, if a loved one, for example, your spouse, or God forbid, one of your children, or one of your parents, or a colleague at work, someone close to you, a loved one passes away, you have to go to the grieving process. You will mourn and grieve about this individual. That's natural. And eventually, you continue. How long the grief and mourning lasts depends on your relationship you had with the deceased individual, and also depends on how supportive your environment is. Now, with some people, grieving takes a little while. Especially, for example, if it's one of your children or your spouse or someone very close to you. But at some point, you have to enter the acceptance phase and continue living life. Psychologists have different models on how to measure when a grieving process has gone too far. I hear this preacher say, and I have no data to verify it, it may be true, that if a grieving process lasts longer than 18 months, this 1.5 year, now you need to look for professional help, because now it turned into a psychological disorder. Now it turned into an issue that you need to deal with. Again, if a loved one passes away, just because you went through the grieving process doesn't mean automatically you'll never miss individual again. The individual is gone. You just learn to live without an individual. You have to move on. Or let's say it's not a loved one passed away. Let's say your wife left you or your husband left you. Or maybe when you were a child, one of your parents abandoned the family. Just because you processed, you mourned and grieved about it, doesn't automatically mean that everything is fixed. But still means now you are resilient and you're healthy again to live life further. You know what I mean? Grief and mourning can also happen with you losing your someone robbing you, and you lose your money, or maybe you were hoping to pass your exams and you didn't pass your exams. Now you need to take a year longer to graduate from college. That's not really that damaging, but you hope so much to graduate now. So it's a type of mourning and grieving, but it's not that intense. But what I'm saying is, mourning and grieving has to do with loss. whether the loss is imagined or the loss is real. If the loss is imagined, people need therapy to recover. If the loss is real, you actually may still need therapy because an actual loss you need to process. Now, I want you to understand the following. People in the world want to escape. That's people in the world too. They escape. And when they can't escape, they escalate. They turn physically and emotionally violent. And when they do that in groups, it may turn out into terrorist attacks. That's what people in the world are. And the police forces and the prisons cannot contain the whole public, okay? So that's why the courthouse in the world are very careful how they deal with criminal cases. That's why there are times a judge may dismiss a whole case if the judge notices prosecuting this case may trigger a lot of backlash. So we're not going to do that. Or instead of a trial, they may settle with the perpetrator, a deal. That often happens also in the United States. What I'm telling you is that people in the world, they hold on to things. They hold on to their daily ease. They don't want to look at themselves in the mirror and admit, okay, I need to be better, I need to do better. No, they want to keep escaping. So they're also denying things about themselves and other people. They are in denial. They just want to keep escaping. So to keep escaping, when things go wrong, when things get dysfunctional, they need someone to blame. And that's how the world works. They look for people who can't fight back to blame. As long as they have enough victims to blame, society can continue. But the moment the victims are gone, or there are not enough victims anymore to offload, now people are forced to look at things, and they don't want to. And when people are forced to deal with things they don't want to deal with, they escalate. And now you have all types of bad tragedies happening, and often domestic violence or whatever. So if you were the quote-unquote victim or the scapegoat that they decided to look down upon, you are their quote-unquote security in their mind for having daily ease. The moment you step outside of the role or outside the boundaries they decided for you, suddenly they get upset. No, you're not meant to graduate high school. You're not meant to finish college. You're not meant to marry and have children. You're not meant to be happy. You're not meant to this and that. No, you're meant to be sick. You're meant to be exhausted. You're meant to be the joke. You're meant to be the piece of shit. You're meant to be the problem so that we can look at you as the problem so we can feel good about ourselves, so we can actually bond with one another. Because people in the world often bond through dysfunction. So because people in the world often bond with one another through dysfunction, they need someone else to be the problem, a third party to be the problem, whether it's a politician or a criminal or some disabled individual, the list of right, they need someone else to be the problem and to be seen as the problem so that all of them can continue to be at ease in their dysfunction. The moment you overcome that collective pact against you, unrest begins to hit the people. And now they need to realize that life will never be like it used to be. And I'm telling you, people are going to be mad, they're going to be angry. A lot of people are going to be in denial. I don't want to see my face. I don't want to see this. Maybe you just got a new job, or maybe you just got engaged, or maybe there's some good news that happened with you. And once the good news happened to you and it came out, you notice some people stop talking to you. They simply stop talking, so even delete you from social media, all of that. What happens? They had a negative investment towards you. And now that whatever, you weren't even aware of it, but now that you broke through, now they realize that it's going to be backfire on them. And they don't want to admit that it's backfire right now. Because to admit that they were negatively invested against you, they will lose all credibility. Even credibility with other people in their lives. So they depend on others thinking good about them. They depend on having a good reputation. How can they continue to have a good reputation if it comes out they were negatively invested against someone else? What the heck is that? So now they realize that they're going to face more trouble. So anytime they see you with your breakthrough, it reminds them that trouble is coming for them. So they don't want to see that. Other people may just avoid you altogether because they're in the anger mode. And that's where a lot of people get stuck in the anger mode. Somewhere in the anger mode, behind the scenes, they will try to take steps against you. Or some are so desperate, they'll even look you up online or look up your address, come and look for a physical altercation with you. This is as far as it can go. Charles is here. I'm glad you're here, Charles. So when you break through and you operate in abundance, I'm not saying everyone out there in the world, absolutely not, but you're going to have a lot of people in the world. They are going to grieve and mourn the fact that they can't blackmail it easily anymore. Let's say you have a lot of, let's say, for example, let's say you have a lot of drug addicts, okay? And the drug addicts keep buying drugs. Because they keep buying drugs, they're more calm during the day. So a lot of people are not even aware they're drug addicts. What if one day a police officer comes by and says, hey, I'm going to come to the police chief, I'm going to arrest all the drug dealers. Guess what? If all the drug dealers are arrested and the drug addicts don't get drugs anymore, they're going to malfunction daily life, at work, at home, in public. So who's going to be happy about this? Nobody is. So even though they want drug dealers off the streets, the police chief will learn sooner or later to do politics. He will not arrest all drug dealers, because if all drug dealers are gone and the drug addicts can't get their escape anymore, they will escalate on people around them. Okay, so that's why a lot of drug dealers are so confident they're not going to be arrested, because they know that without what they give to the drug addicts, there will be more problems in the community. What if one day you have this psychologist coming by offering courses to deal with trauma, and he's not even interested in the drug problem, he's not even aware of it, but his psychology course enables drug addicts to overcome the drug addiction. Now, he never expected this. He never attempted to give therapy to drug addicts because he wasn't even aware he was able to do that. Well, let's say you have this psychologist putting out a course, and a lot of drug addicts now. Okay, someone tried to call me. I don't know what the number is. So now, this course is out there. This psychology course. Do you think the drug dealers are going to be happy with this psychology course being out there? No, because the drug dealers will dominate it. If there's a psychology course out there that enables drug addicts to become better and recover, hold on a minute, if they recover, means we have no customers, means we won't make money, means we go bankrupt. All right? So the drug dealers, they'll start mourning and grieving once they see a lot of drug addicts recovering. They lose their quote unquote power, they lose their status. Now, some drug dealers may think, you know what? It's time we stop dealing drugs. It was the wrong thing anyway. I should be in prison, so let me stop doing this. They grieve, they mourn the loss of their leverage, and they continue. But then you have drug dealers thinking, who does this guy think he is, offering courses to recover drug addicts? Who the heck does he think he is? Because of him now, I need to face extra difficulty. Let's look him up. Let's pull up with a gun, whatever. They get stuck in a denial and anger phase. Well, just like the example I gave on to you of a psychologist starting a psychology course just to motivate people, and it ends up working well for people to recover from drug addiction. And so now you have a lot of drug addicts recovering, and the drug dealers are getting upset, and some don't process the fact it's over now, so they turn into rage, coming off after anyone who promotes that course. The same way I want you to realize. I want you to realize the following. When people turn silent on you, or they're silent about someone else, or they're silent about anything that happens, whether it's the collapse of the petrodollar that happened a few days ago, yeah, Saudi Arabia did not renew the petrodollar agreement with the United States, which is something very big, with a lot of financial implications for the United States. But for some reason, mainstream media is not talking about this. So there are many things. For example, the fact that the state of Israel has been put on a no, it's not the state of Israel together, but the fact that the Israeli military is now on a blacklist of United Nations, or actually a portion of it, for violations against children, the fact that the state of Israel is now crashing, both reputation, financially, in many areas, a lot of evangelical churches were all pro-Israel, don't even speak anymore, they're silent. Well, as a matter of fact, during this Gaza genocide was going on, a lot of churches were pro-Israel never even spoke. Why? Because if they spoke, they have to explain why they were supporting a country that uses a witch symbol on their flag, Because that flag on the Israeli flag is a witch symbol. It's nothing to do with Heavenly Father. It comes from witchcraft. Why do we support a country with a witch flag on a symbol? A country with an apartheid regime, and a country that violates international law and thinks that everyone owes them support. Oh, and the people who live there are not even the actual descendants of the tribe of Judah, to whom prophecy applies. So then they have to admit their white supremacy in being pro-Israel. And they don't want to admit that because that means they lose all credibility. So when people go silent on certain topics, or they go silent on you or certain individuals, they're not happy, they're upset. And because they're upset, and the fact is they can't do anything about it, eventually, either they eventually accept it and change for the better, or they get stuck and now they develop mental disorders and they go in full rage against anyone. All right? So, when silence goes too far, you know that the public somewhere is about to lose it. So, what do you do as a believer? You pray, decree, and declare exhaustion on the public with their bad intentions. You decree and declare exhaustion on them. You decree and declare that their own evil devices and their own violence exhausts them and drains them. By doing that, you're hindering the impact of their violence. And by doing that, lives are spared. Simple as that. For you, if you notice people turn silent on you for some reason, or maybe it could be. Let's say you're a female believer and you used to be sexually promiscuous before you became a believer, and now you have a good life. Now you improved. Now you're an inspirational figure for a lot of other believers. But people keep talking about when you used to be a hoe in the streets. Why do you keep talking about the time you were a hoe in the streets and don't talk about how you improved right now? Because they're not happy with how you improved right now. They want you to remain a hoe in the streets so they can look down upon and feel good about themselves. So they can use it against you. But now that you overcame your past and you're far better, they can't handle how you overcame how better you are now. They can't handle it. So now they're silent about your improvements, but they're loud about your past. Okay? So when people turn silent on you, or specifically silent about your breakthroughs and your improvements, I'm telling you, stay calm, admit what goes on, and admit that these people don't have your best interest at heart. These people are against you. They may not flat out come against you and attack you physically or try to commit a crime against you, because a lot of them don't want to lose their job, they don't want to go to prison, they don't want to have a criminal record. So they may not do that, but no, they are against you. They are against you. And it's one thing you need to understand. If you have a breakthrough, let's say you open your own barbershop, okay? And suddenly, after you open your own barbershop, people start talking about a lot of low quality barbershop around. Let's say if a lot of low quality barbershops out there do a horrible job. But guess what? People keep talking about how horrible those other barbershops are. But they talk about your barbershop is functioning well. Why do they keep talking about barbershops that give bad service, while your barbershops out there giving good service and good quality? Because they don't want you to have the quality and the leverage. That's why. Let's say you, let's say you just made your own movie with a few actors and you put it out there on YouTube. At the same time, you have a lot of um, content on YouTube or other places were quite foul. So now people are sharing all the other disturbing content on their social media, but they don't share your movie you just made. Or if you talk about movies, they talk about Hollywood movies and they complain about how terrible Hollywood movies are. Well, hold on a minute. Why are they sharing links to Hollywood movies and they complain about them instead of sharing a quality movie made by you? Let me tell you, it's because you made the movie and it's your quality express. That's why they don't share it. And I've heard that one inter alia, but such things they do too. I'm serious. I'm serious about this. If people go silent on you, or they go silent on your improvements, or silent about on your breakthroughs, but they are loud either about your mistakes in the past, or they're loud about your past failures, or they're loud about other people's failures, or they promote people who are not even that of quality. I'm telling you, they're expressing their hatred and resistance towards you. They have an issue with you improving, because you improving, it means they have no excuse for escaping anymore. They want to continue to escape, and because you don't escape, and you don't remain dysfunctional, and you improve, it's going to be like, okay, if he can improve, he keeps moving forward, making steps. What excuse do we have? It makes them look bad. So because it makes them look bad, they turn on you. So they want to either hide you or try to get rid of you. If they can't get rid of you, they try to hide you. And one way to try to hide you is by promoting other people who are worse off than you. By promoting other people worse off than you, they now can distract attention away from you. Because other people will be focused on the people who are worse off than you, and they won't focus on you now who improved. Because all the other people worse off will make them look good. But you who actually improved will make them look bad. That's why. It's true, not everyone has the same financial opportunities. That's true. Someone that's born in, let's say, someone that's born in a village somewhere in Kenya has a different financial opportunity than someone that's born in New York City. Okay, so that's true. However, we all have the same 24 hours, and we're all able to decide we want to be better. You may not have access to a $10 million loan to start your business. You may not have access to enter that university, but you do have the ability to say, I want to be better, let's go, let's move on. So people continuously escaping and wanting others who are worse off around them to get narcissistic supply out of is unacceptable. Even demons would not approve of this, but hey, this is how worldlings are. So understand, when the public goes silent on certain things, now you know what to do. Pray, decree, declare, be alert. And once you notice the suspicious silence, don't ignore it. Act on it. In a sense that you either get yourself out of the situation or away from those people, or you have to deal with them. Before you ever have contact with them, you decree, declare peace out of you and dominance over them in Christ's mighty name, so that you're safe around them if you have to deal with them. All right? Is this all clear to all of you? Let me know in the live chat. Let me know. Okay. Are there any questions about this topic? And after finishing this live stream, I'm going to get some brunch. So I've been fasting, praying this morning. Are there any questions about this topic? Let me know. I'll wait for a minute to see if we get any questions. If not, I close down the live stream. Yes. With all the service from you, it's time of silence also. The faulty thinking in these people's minds is, if they don't talk about you, nor mention you, you don't exist. That's how they think it. They can't get rid of you directly, but just able to censor you, that nobody talks about you, you don't exist. At least it will feel like you don't exist. That's what they want. It's pathetic. It's ridiculous. But that's how a lot of people in the world are. Anyway, I don't see any questions. Thank you all for being here. Keep agreeing with Christ. Again, hit the like button, share this live stream, subscribe to the channel, become a member of the channel. Don't forget, donate the links below. If you wish to contribute to the fund of my PhD, write a PhD with your donation. Don't forget, check my novels on Amazon. This is one of them. You can check this one out also. Fiona's Mandate. Check it out. And I'll see you next time. Enjoy the Shabbat. God is good. And I'll see you next time. Amen.